Alright, this video is on elimination. This is from page 16 of your packets, okay? And it's the Solving Systems by Elimination Day 1. We're going to look just at number 2 for right now. This one is already set up for elimination for us, so there's not much work involved. And then in the other videos, we'll look at the ones that take a little bit more, okay? Step 1 of solving a system by elimination is making sure that things are lined up correctly for us. So, when we look here, the x's are above the x's, y's are above y's, then we've got our equal signs, and then our numbers. So step 1, we're good. All right, now we need to look, step 2, we need to look for opposite coefficients. So we want them to be the same number, but opposite signs in front of the same variable. So when we look at the x's, we have a negative 2x and a positive 4x. Well, those are opposite signs, but they're not the same number. So if I add those together, they don't cancel each other. Let's look at the y's. I have a positive 1 and I have a negative 1. Well, those are opposite coefficients, right? If I take a positive y and I take a negative y and I add them together, they cancel each other. All right, but I can't just magically add the y's together and then move on with my life, right? I need to actually add everything else together as well. So I'm going to add the x's and I'm going to add the numbers, the constants. Negative 2x plus 4x gives me a 2x. And negative 13 plus 25 gives me 12. Okay, and now if we look, I have no more y. I eliminated the y, right? I can solve for x. So now I'm going to divide by 2. All right, get rid of my best friend, and I get x equals 6. And I'm halfway done with my problem already, because now I have half of my answer. Okay, in order to solve for the y, I'm going to have to substitute this x value back in. It does not matter which one you plug it into. All right, so I'm going to take that first equation, negative 2x plus y equals negative 13. And I'm going to substitute x equals 6 in for that x right there. Okay, negative 2, I'm going to take out x and put in 6. Plus y equals negative 13. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Plus y equals negative 13. And then I'm going to add 12 to both sides. And I get y equals negative 1. All right, even if I plugged it into the other equation, I should still get negative 1. Okay, but once I find my solution, so I'm going to come up to the top here, I'm going to write my solution as an ordered pair. I got 6 for my x, and I got negative 1 for my y. So I'm pretty positive that that's my solution, but remember the last thing we always have to do is check. So come over to the side here, let's write check 1. Okay, remember we're going to have 2 checks because we have 2 equations. Alright, and checking means we write the original equation and we plug in what we found and then we simplify. Okay, we're not solving anything, we're just simplifying. And you can take out your calculator and double check my math there, but we should get negative 13 equals negative 13, right? Negative 2 times 6 gets us negative 12, and then we're going to subtract 1. Negative 12 minus 1 is negative 13, okay? But remember, we have a second equation. So let's write check 2. Let's find that one. So we have 4x minus y equals 25. Take out the x and the y and put in a 6 and a negative 1. 4 times 6, oh, you guys can't see. There we go. 4 times 6 gives us 24. And then we have minus a negative 1, which turns into a positive 1. And we get 25 equals 25, which is also true. So we know that that is the correct solution. So our solution up here is 6, negative 1. Okay, so this is solving a system using elimination when it's already set up for you and we don't have to multiply by anything to get those opposite coefficients. Alright, the next video is going to show us what we have to do if we do not have opposite coefficients. Okay, bye!